So we do have a queen.
Okay.
You can see us as a golden colour with a longer body.
Yes. Or to identify her.
So she can be found. There you go.
Bees are some of the most fascinating and vital creatures on our planet. From pollinating our crops to producing delicious honey, bees play a crucial role in our ecosystem. But did you know that the pollination is in decline due to factors like climate change and pesticides? I will be exploring the fascinating world of bees. Get ready to be amazed. My first stop is a bee association. I was intrigued to find out how the honey is extracted and what steps are taken before the harvest.
That's a male bee. Bees and nectar.
And then, so how long does it take for the bees, to fill one of those trays?
To fill a box like that, in weather like this, with plenty of pollen and stuff around, you could fill it in a week, week and a half. But you need sort of good conditions,
Right.
good forage, and lots of bees.
Right.
It takes 12 bees a lifetime to make 1 teaspoonful of honey.
But there's different bees in there though, from the same family.
In this hive, we call them castes in the beekeeping language. So we've got male bees, which are drones. We've got worker bees, and somewhere we've got probably a virgin queen.
Okay.
And that's the sort of the 3 types of bees, you might say.
Okay.
But worker bees take on different jobs at different stages in their life. So when they first emerge from their cells, their first job is to be a cleaner. And then over time they get promoted. And
How the first job? How do they know that? How do they know?
it's embedded somewhere in their DNA.
So the first job is to be a cleaner.
And then after they've served an apprenticeship with a cleaner, they move on, and the next job's things like nursemaids to the little larvae, their younger sisters or brothers, and then they keep moving on and through other jobs like undertaker, take out any dead bees, and then some of them will go on to become guard bees and stand guard, and then the top job for a worker bee is to become a forager and go away and forage for nectar and pollen. And she does, to reach that sort of stage, generally round about 4 weeks, and after that, forage until they die. As you get more practice, you can spot the big drones. See big fat drones there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a whole bunch of them together having the lads' afternoon out.
It was fascinating learning about the roles of the bees. They play a crucial role in the pollination, particularly the drone, the male bee. I was cautious not to get stung and ventured out to talk to another beekeeper who delves into more details about the drone.
In each box, there's a couple of frames of bees. There should be a queen cell in each one, and I'm hoping that the queen cell's hatched out, and we might, if we're lucky, get a chance to actually see the queen in each one. And I'm playing classical music because It helps keep me calm, and then if I'm calm, I'm not banging and bashing about in the hive. So where to stand, so down here, this is where the bees are coming in and out, and what you don't want to do is you don't want to block the flight path. So if I stood right here, the bees would back up behind me in a long queue, and they'd get quite agitated with me. So I stand either to the side or at the back of the hive, and I'm going to give them a little puff of smoke as well. So just here, quick. Now I don't know what this is down here. This looks like a black bee. So I think it's either old or it's not well. There's some little bugs that sit on the back, some mites sit on the back of the bees. They're called varroa mite. And if the bees get infected with varroa mite, then it could cause them to have shriveled wings and just have other diseases, nosema, which is like a diarrhea that the bees get. Don't forget the living organisms. So like we get poorly, the bees get poorly as well. We get diseases, the bees get diseases as well. So I don't know why this bee's black. So we'll have a look inside. See. So again, we'll just release these catches here. Try not to make too much clanging noises.
Because will the bees know that you're coming in?
Oh yeah, now they'll know I'm coming in, because what I should say really is knock knock, ladies, I'm coming in, I hope you're decent.
How do you know the ladies?
Right, all worker bees are female. The queen's female. She's the only one that lays eggs. If she dies, she'll make some, the eggs that are in here, one of the bees will choose several bees to turn into the new queen. If that doesn't happen, then one of the workers will then turn into a type of queen, and she might start laying lots of eggs all over the place, which is what we don't want, because if she does that, they'll all end up being male. They're unfertilized eggs, and they'll be male. So the bulk of the bees that are in here are actually female, and I know that because there isn't enough food in here to support a male bee. The male bees do absolutely nothing. They don't work, they don't guard, they don't forage, they do nothing. It's the female that do all the work. So what you'll find is the queen bee, she'll mate with probably about anywhere between 8 to about 50 males, while when she's hatched out, she'll spend the next week or two just going out and getting mated by different males. And obviously the males are different, they're all different colours, and they've got different characteristics. So when one male mates with a queen, and he might have a red tinge, and another male might have a cream tinge. So the sperm from that male, they all get mixed up into like a sperm collecting duct almost. And as they get passed through and passed into the egg, and it fertilizes the egg, then that single bee could come out with a cream tinge, or with a ginger tinge, or with a red tinge, depending on which male the queen's mated with. A couple of bees on the lid. And again, they're quite calm of these bees. So let's have a look and see what we've got.
When you say they're quite calm, how can you guess that?
Well, sometimes if you put your hand across the top, if they come out and they attack your hand, then you know there's a problem going on inside them. They're just not happy. And the fact that I've opened them, I've smoked them, and nobody's really rushing out to attack me. So you can see the wet glistening substance inside these frames, inside the cones. That's actually nectar that the bees have collected, and they'll turn that into honey when they dehydrate. And look, I've got one in my hand.
They're so intelligent.
Yeah, they're absolutely fascinating. So whip round the back shows there's not a lot going on at the back. Okay, pop them back in there. Try not to make too many sudden bangs and knocks, but I might have to put another frame in here. So again, just some bees that have hatched out on some foundation frame. nicely supplied by Paul. Okay. So we can't see the queen. She's not on that frame. And that one there with its bum up in the air. On the go to your right. Can you see it with its bum up in the air? So it's just here, under my finger. Yeah, just there.
Yeah.
So that's setting off a scent signal. So, and that signal might be there's something going on. We need to be, so you can hear the noises going up a little bit, can't you?
Yeah.
So that's a pheromone that they're sending off, saying, just be aware there's something going on. Get ready to attack, ladies.
Okay.
Oh, there's the queen.
Where?
She's got a green dot on her.
Where?
There she is.
Oh,
Green
wow.
dot. Straight
Okay,
away.
yes.
Beautiful green queen. Can you see how large she
Yeah.
is? How long her abdomen is as well, compared to the rest?
Yes.
So there's the queen. Your Majesty, it's been a pleasure.
Wow.
She's looking for somewhere to lay now.
She's looking for somewhere.
Well, she was looking for somewhere to lay until
Right.
we disturbed her.
Okay.
So, and the colour of the dot shows how old she is. So if it's a red dot or a yellow dot, so green dot might mean she's last year's, but I think she's the year before. She might even be this year, to be fair, I don't know. A red dot could be 2 years. A yellow dot could be, I don't know, 3 years. A white dot could be 7 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's a universal bee coding. Yeah, so
Okay.
compared to the rest, she is long. Looking for somewhere to hide.
Brilliant.
Yeah, okay. So you've been treated today with a look at the queen.
Away from
Wow.
looking at
Thank
the
you.
beautiful queen. The Leeds Beekeeping Association in Leeds is where local people and beekeepers gather. The Beekeeping Association offers educational programs and workshops promoting sustainable beekeeping practices. As part of my research, I sent out a survey to 50 people to establish if people really knew about the processes. After conducting my survey, I was surprised to find out that only a quarter of the respondents were knowledgeable about bees. Moving on to the harvest process, I delved into the steps and techniques used to extract honey from the beehive.
So I don't expect anything out of that, but I'm hoping that there's two supers of fluff.
And what's the super?
The super's a little box where with the little frames that they actually put the honey in that you'll want to extract.
Right. This is where we are going to get the honey from the beehives.
Yep. This is our first true extraction.
It's your first.
Yes.
Is that one heavy, that first one?
Yeah. We're not expecting a massive thing because it's their first year and our first year, but I could feel the weight on that, and that's quite heavy. So there's quite a few things in there.
Now just be careful with this because this has got the queen excluder on, and that's a mistake that we always make, not detaching it properly from the queen excluder, and I think that's what makes them
Right. Jumpy.
start being angry. So when they actually leave the hive to go and get pollen, they can travel for 3 miles in any direction away from the hive, and they always know how to get back. The queen releases pheromones, which is like her special scent, which makes them know they've got the right queen, but I don't think they can smell that from 3 miles away. They've just got really good built-in navigation systems, I suppose. So yeah, any that we've brought out here with us now will go back to that hive.
Stuck to the sides and started running downside.
Look at it all there.
Are they looking? We can do a little more, can't we?
Yeah.
So is that ready to go in?
Yeah.
And Des is doing one and that's ready to go in.
Yeah.
So there's 3 ready for next time.
This is the wax that comes off the wax cappings off the honey. So the honey frames are just for honey. So they're in the supers at the top of the hive. So once the brood and everything's built up and they've got a nice nectar flow, lots of pollen and you know, flowers are coming out, especially the blossom. They store the nectar, they reduce it down to make it honey, and then they put a wax capping over the top. So when you come to harvest the honey, you have to take all the cappings off the honey to then be able to spin it. So, you know, in the spinner. But if you keep it, and when you take it off, you melt it down like a bain marie. So you put water in the bottom and then you put a bowl over the top of the water and it gradually reduces down. And then when it sets, there's usually honey underneath which you can take off and use as baker's honey, not normal honey. We wouldn't recommend you eat it like that, but you can use it in cooking, which is great. And then I use it for soap making, and I also make it with cream for creams, and it's a really good cream for people with like eczema because it puts a waterproof barrier over the skin.
With the older lads on what they think you should know about bees. Grow more flowers. Flowers is food. Be friendly. If you're friendly to nature, then you're automatically going to be friendlier to bees. So if you've got a garden, don't put astroturf in it. You know, just look after it. And there's all sorts of little things that you can do that make a big difference. Like if you go on a website and you see a bee friendly plant, put it in your garden. You know, if you help nature, you're going to help bees. And if you're interested in helping nature, kids like a little bucket on the floor with a bit of water in it. That's sometimes all frogs need. And yeah, just be kinder to nature. And if you're kinder to nature, then you will be kinder to the bees and the wildlife in general. The finished product, obviously, absolutely, all natural, all beautiful. I'm going to give you the sales pitch now. If you suffer from hay fever and you live around here, if you eat some of the honey from around here, it will allegedly look after your hay fever because it gives you an immunity to the local pollen.
There's a queen bee whose job is to basically be the leader of the pack, and she produces the eggs, I'm sure, and she's the one who reproduces the worker bees. I didn't know. I knew more so about flowers, carrying the pollen from flower to flower, but food, you don't really learn that in school. You learn more about the flowers and, you know, the agricultural in terms of flowers and plants and stuff, but food, no.
You guys out there, next time you see a bumblebee, a honeybee, don't kill the bee, don't antagonize it. Remember its purpose in life. Remember it's got a family. Remember it puts a lot of the food that's on your table. Remember it produces a beautiful honey that has so many healing qualities. So maybe just try and capture it and release it, because once it stings you, it dies.
Bees play a crucial role in pollinating plants and crops, which is essential for maintaining a diverse ecosystem. Additionally, bees are indicators of health of an ecosystem, and their decline could be detrimental effects on our food supply and overall environment. It is important to protect and preserve bees for the well-being of our planet.